Here's a whimsical tale about finding love in the most unexpected of places. Title: The Bookstore of Lost and Found. In the heart of a bustling city, there was a little-known bookstore that was a sanctuary for the lost, the dreamers, and the romantics. Its shelves were filled with stories of every kind, but the most enchanting tale was that of its owner, Olivia, and a traveler named Jack. Olivia had inherited the bookstore from her grandparents, and she spent her days amongst the stacks, believing that every book held a piece of someone's heart. Jack, a world-weary traveler, stumbled upon the bookstore one rainy afternoon, seeking shelter and a quiet corner. Their first encounter was like a scene from a novel. Olivia found Jack engrossed in a book of ancient love poems, his eyes reflecting the depth of the words he read. Their conversation started with a discussion about their favorite poets, and quickly delved into their hopes and dreams. As weeks turned into months, Jack found himself returning to the bookstore, drawn not only to the stories on the pages but to the story that was unfolding between him and Olivia. The bookstore became a crossroads of their affection, a place where their hearts could speak freely. They shared coffee and conversations, recommended books to each other, and slowly, the unexpected connection between them grew into a deep love. They realized that sometimes, love doesn't arrive with grand fanfare. It appears quietly between the lines of life's chapters. One evening, as they closed the bookstore together, Jack surprised Olivia with a book he had written during his travels. It was a collection of stories and sketches, with each chapter dedicated to the people he had met and the lessons he had learned. The final chapter was about a woman who had captured his heart in a quaint little bookstore. Moved by his gesture, Olivia knew that their story was just beginning. They decided to co-author their future, turning the page to a new chapter where they would explore the world side by side, with love as their guide and the bookstore as their home. This story is a reminder that love can be found in the quiet corners of life, in places where stories live and hearts connect. You may want to ask me, if Olivia and Jack ever discover the origin of the ancient love poems in the bookstore? Let's keep on reading together. Olivia and Jack's curiosity about the ancient love poems led them on a literary adventure. Here's how their story unfolded. The poems of yesteryears. As the days passed, the mystery of the ancient love poems that had brought Olivia and Jack together became a quest for understanding. They pored over the delicate pages, their fingers tracing the faded ink, their minds wondering about the author who had penned such heartfelt verses. Their research took them through the annals of history, exploring the lives of poets and lovers from the era the book was believed to have originated. They consulted historians, visited archives, and even traveled to the places mentioned in the poetic lines. One day, while examining the book under a magnifying glass, Olivia found a hidden inscription, a name and a date almost lost to time. It was the clue they had been searching for. The name led them to a forgotten poet, whose life story mirrored the passion and depth of the poems. The poet, it turned out, had been a figure of intrigue, a person who had loved deeply and lost tragically. The poems were his legacy, a testament to a love that had defied the constraints of his time. Olivia and Jack were moved by the discovery. They felt a kinship with the poet, a connection that spanned centuries. They decided to honor his memory by hosting a night of poetry reading in the bookstore, inviting others to share in the beauty of the ancient verses. The event was magical, with candlelight flickering against the walls, and voices echoing the timeless words of love and longing. The poems, once hidden away on a dusty shelf, now had a new life, inspiring a new generation of dreamers and lovers. Olivia and Jack's discovery of the origin of the ancient love poems added a layer of depth to their relationship, binding them not only to each other but also to the past, in a shared appreciation for the enduring power of love. Did Olivia and Jack ever write their own poems inspired by the ancient verses? Indeed, Olivia and Jack were deeply inspired by the ancient love poems they discovered in the bookstore. Here's a glimpse into the poetry they created, reflecting the timeless essence of the verses that brought them together. Olivia's poem. In the quiet of the bookstore, 'neath the watchful eyes of lore, where the whispers of the past, through ancient verses soar, we found a love that's steadfast, a bond that time endears. In every page a heartbeat, in every line our tears. Jack's poem. Amidst the tomes of yesteryears, where dust and dreams collide, your laughter rings through silent halls, and there I must abide. For in your gaze I find the tales of love both fierce and kind, a story penned in destiny, with your hand clasped in mine. Together, their poems became a cherished part of their love story, a personal tribute to the enduring power of love that they had witnessed in the ancient verses and in their own lives. Did Olivia and Jack ever visit other bookstores together? Olivia and Jack, united by their love for literature and the charming bookstore that brought them together, indeed ventured to explore other bookstores. Here's a continuation of their story, a tale of many bookstores. With their shared passion for the written word, Olivia and Jack set out on a literary pilgrimage, visiting bookstores in every corner of the city and beyond. Each bookstore had its own story, its own atmosphere, and its own collection of treasures waiting to be discovered. They wandered through the labyrinthine aisles of grand old bookshops, with towering shelves that seemed to whisper secrets of the past. They found solace in cozy nooks of quaint independent stores, where the scent of coffee mingled with the musky aroma of old pages. In each place, they sought out the poetry section, searching for verses that spoke to their souls, adding new volumes to their collection. They also left notes in the margins of their favorite books, a secret conversation between them and future readers. Their adventures led them to book fairs and literary festivals, where they met authors and fellow bibliophiles, expanding their community of friends who shared their love for books. The journey of visiting other bookstores deepened Olivia and Jack's bond. It became a ritual, a way to celebrate their love for each other and for the stories that had shaped their lives. Olivia and Jack's story is a reminder that love can be a shared journey of discovery, with each chapter bringing new adventures and memories to cherish.